Hello, hello, and welcome to this still nighttime taste challenge. I guess, but let's see, this is January 7th. I would say at least by around a week later than now. In a week, it should start becoming daylight at this time. But I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. All right, anyway, but anyhow, I have two 40% alcohol. These are blended mezcals because they use two different types of agave. I don't know if they distill them separately and make two mezcals and put them together after, or if they just mix them together and process them together. They don't really detail that on the website, so I don't know. Here's Mezcal Union Uno. 100% agave, which all mezcal must be, so they don't really need to put that on the label. It's from a company called Diageo, well, really, but it's from a company called Mezcal Union. It's a bunch of small, they said on the website, it was a bunch of small mezcal producers that didn't have enough money to sell their own brand alone, and really to make any money like that. So they made a union, a cooperative, and they in 2008. And then they said they started selling it in 2011. And somehow along the line, they come under Diageo's umbrella. I don't know if Diageo outright owns it, but they're collaborating with them for sure. And that probably helps to get in all the stores, which I see it in many stores that carry mezcal. Now, no store in my town carries mezcal. Sometimes Matherns will carry the Casamigos mezcal, but then that's not too often. But beyond that, no. In New Orleans, yes. Ojo de Tigre, Tiger's Eye, established in 2018, and first exported to the U.S., imported here in 2020. Nice rumpled glass bottle, and it's a flip cap, so it can be reused. If you clean out the bottle, you can reuse it for something else. Never seen a mezcal in this type of bottle. All right. Okay. They're both 40% alcohol joven, so that they're unaged. That'll be enough. Think along the lines of like moonshine, which is an unaged whiskey. It's not even whiskey yet. Whiskey doesn't become whiskey till it's aged in oak, but moonshine is basically a pre-whiskey. Wooden cap here, and this is tight. Praying for sirens that I hear. Not praying for the siren, but for whoever could be in trouble. Wasn't praying that I got the thing open. Yeah, we get a lot of wrecks around here. And I'm close to a hospital, emergency hospital, so you hear the ambulances go in there often. Neoprene cap, which is a synthetic rubber made by DuPont. Normally it's used in like the soles of tennis shoes and basketball shoes. It's that spongy rubber-like substance. You stay there. Okay. So they're clear. So yeah, like you can get moonshine and people pay good money for that, but it's like, oh, this whiskey's good. It didn't go through the aging step. So it should be cheaper, right? But yeah, these are unaged, which is common for tequilas and mezcals, and some silver rums are unaged. Some are minimally aged, but they'll retain their silver color. Do the screen share here. They both of these, I think, run about $33. Price is comparable. Now they're showing a 700 milliliter bottle there, but my bottle 50, pretty sure. Yeah. Made with 8 to 14-year-old agave. The types of agave in this one. Espadin, which is the common one, Cirial. So the youngest in the blend is 6 years old and the oldest is 14. Okay. They also, back to our mezcales, they also sell one called El Viejo, which I think I saw somewhere. Oh, they use Tobala. To the one I'm about to show you. Thing about being bought out by Diageo. They just show a lot of nice photos. We work with farmers and producers from different Oaxacan regions. That's why they call it Union. But I guess Union could be owned by Diageo. We are Mexican. Let me see if I can find. The bar is a Diageo website dedicated to cocktail. Does not exist. I'll look that up later. Okay, here's Ojo de Tigre, and they combine Espadin and Tobala, introduced in 2018, like they say. And they only make this one according to the website. Now, I saw online somebody was showing an añejo, so maybe they make an añejo and don't list it, or maybe they used to make an añejo and they stopped making it, or whatever. Whatever the case, and they say their company is called Ojo de Tigre Distillery. So apparently it's still independent because I could not find any information that would indicate otherwise. And I'm usually pretty good at finding out that kind of stuff. Let's see. What are they showing on the bar? Casamigos, which remember started by some celebrities. Sombra. Oh yeah, there's Mezcal Union. It says it's engravable. You can have it engraved. I guess as a gift. I'll show y'all again. DD says Sylvester Stallone would probably like that selection, Ron, laughing out loud. Okay, yeah, right. Tiger's Eye. Joshua Proudy says hello. I hope. Yep. Hello, viewers. Mezcal Union. Mezcal Union Unoas. Oh, they didn't put a space. I find so many typos on major company websites. They need to hire me to run their websites, and I will go through and check all these typographical errors. Mezcal Union Uno is not Unoas. Uno was the brand's first variant introduced in Mexico in 2010 and the United States in 2014. Uno means one in Spanish, and the name is a nod to it being the first variant. Shouldn't they have called it like Primero or something? To remind us of the importance of unity. Unaged. They collaborate with several communities across different villages in Oaxaca, empowering maestros, galeros, and agave farmers to become entrepreneurs of their own business. So yeah, like I was saying, they collaborate with local farmers and whatever, and mezcaleros who can't do it on their own because they're not funded enough. They say it's owned by this company, Casa. That probably means Casa House Union Mezcal. Yeah. Could be a registered entity of Diageo, right? Because a lot of companies have like subsidiaries that are registered as though they're a separate company when they aren't really. Okay, so whatever. Maybe Diageo was behind the project all along. I'm staying warm while I'm trying to. 31 here. Some people are laughing at that, saying 31, that's like summer where I am. Okay. I'll do a price check. Not going to check Walmart. They stopped selling mezcal. That should say something to us. Now you say mezcal, that stuff's big. It's big in its own way relative to 20 years ago when it was like practically non-existent, although it has been around forever. But it's still not exactly big. If you compare mezcal sales to tequila sales, I mean, we're talking a small time. Mezcal Union Joven is $31.99. I said 33, so 32. And I know Ojo de Tigre is $32.99 unless it changed, right? Yep. Oh, $29.99. I was thinking of something else. Okay, I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll admit it though. So $29.99 versus $29.99 versus $31.99. $2 difference. Is it going to make a $2 difference in flavor? No. I don't see it. I think they're going to be about even. Now, they both got that blend of Espadin and Tobala, or Espadin and Cirial. We'll see. I don't remember either one of these being particularly smoky. You get a little of that, but it's just like juice. Juice. Yeah, it is. It's agave juice that's turned into like a wine, and then they distill it into a liquor. Just like whiskey. They make a beer, but not for drinking because it has no hops. They take that beer, they distill it into whiskey, or distillate, which is aged in oak and then becomes whiskey, you know, that progression. Brandy, same thing. Take grapes, they make wine, then the wine is distilled into a liquor called brandy. Yeah, they're about the same. Agave juice. Agave juice. If you gave this to someone cold, no, I don't mean temperature cold, just like they don't know what it is, say, smell this, tell me what kind of liquor it is. 99% of the people you ask are going to think it smells like tequila. They're going to say, oh, that's tequila. I like tequila. And if they try it, they might think it's tequila. Because after all, tequila is a type of mezcal and the most popular type of mezcal. Like I said, tequila outsells the other mezcals. I don't know what the percentage is, but I'm sure it's astronomical. And that's changing. It's not as astronomical as it used to be. And you can tell by the price point. I remember when I first started buying mezcal, the low ends were like $19.99. Then the good range was like $24.99. And then the better ones were $30.99 and up. Now the low end started $24.99. So everything's jumped. Is that because of inflation? That's part of it, most likely. Or because just of the popularity, demand drives price. Yeah, probably the popularity. As the demand went up, the people start raising the prices. I didn't want this mezcal. We used to watch it set on the shelf and collect dust. Now it's, let's get it rolling now. Are you a fan of brandy? Yes, I am. I don't exactly adore it, but maybe I'm not a fan because if you're a fan, you would adore it, right? I don't know. I like it though. It's different. Yeah, I like it. I definitely like it. Maybe I adore whiskey. I guess I do because like I prefer grain-based products over fruit-based. Like I rather eat grits for breakfast than a fruit salad. Nah, that's not even debatable. Or I mean, I don't mind oatmeal with like blueberries in it, stuff like that. But I usually steer away from fruit. Now, wine, I drink that every day. You know, about 2 ounces. That's all. That is all. You say you lie, you lie, you drink. Yeah, I'm lying. You know how long it's going to take me to drink those two huge 4-liter bottles of Carlo Rossi? It's going to take a long time. I got the Carlo Rossi Burgundy and the Carlo Rossi Chablis. Those are supposed to come from France, but they're from California. But they started introducing all of these things before they made those rules, those trade rules where it's got to come from the area they call it. But they were grandfathered in, see, so they don't have to change it. Any of the champagne companies in the United States that were making champagne before the rule came in, they can still call it champagne. All the rest got to call it sparkling wine. Oh wow, these are so close. 99% unsmoked, maybe 1% smoke. And I'm serious about that. I'm not kidding around. It's just agave nectar. Yeah, maybe this one has a little bit more vegetable matter, vegetative matter. Um, I guess an agave would be a vegetable, the heart, considered part of the vegetable world. Trying to get this camera to focus a little better. That's why I do that with my hand. Tends to be stubborn. Would I rather drink these two over tequila? Well, not really. I don't see that, but it really tastes any different. You might say, "Oh, you're wrong. It's so different. It is so different." And I'm saying, no, no, not these two. I've got 100% agave tequila, clear. Tastes like tastes like these, but it was $5 cheaper. So when you're buying these, are you buying the hype a little bit? Yeah, most likely. Because like I say, if you'd have bought these when they hit the market, it wasn't no 29.99. Might have been 23.99. But I bought them. You know, I bought them. There it was. I bought them. I paid the money. They didn't send it. No liquor company ever sent me any liquor except one time with the strawberry whiskey. They sent it to me, and I appreciated it. Then the owner of the company seemed a little irritated that I gave it a B instead of an A. Huh? Tasted good, wasn't great. And then he was saying on the email, "Well, we've improved it, and you're going to love the new one that I'm going to send." But he never sent it. And he was going to send me this new peach whiskey, but he never sent it. I'm not going to go begging him to send it. I could just buy it. I got money to buy it, but I don't feel like buying it. Okay. I bought that Curveball barbecue whiskey yesterday. Now I've read that it's better to drink it warm instead of chilled in the fridge or the freezer. Because what I read, they said it brings out more of the barbecue flavor if you drink it warm at room temperature. And of course, you wouldn't eat barbecue cold out the fridge. You'd heat it up in the oven. I would hope, not the microwave, no, but the oven. If it was leftovers. So I got to see what I'm gonna do. But I got a deal on the Curveball. Oh, what a deal! Oh, what a deal! And if I told you the price, you'd say I was lying. So I'm not even gonna bother with the price, but it's the truth. I bought it because I didn't want to pay the full price. When I saw the full price of that curveball, I was like, I'd like to buy it, but I don't want to pay that money. Then when they had it on super discount yesterday, I said, yep, I'm buying it. Might be 10 years before I get to it. I doubt it. But I got some other whiskey liqueurs and those kind of things lined up before it. So, final assessment. Do these taste very different one from another? Answer, no, they don't really taste different one from another. That being the case, obviously, I would buy the cheaper one, which would be the Ojo de Tigre. If I could save $2, I'm losing anything in quality. So do I recommend both? Yeah. Sure, if you like that flavor. They're well made. Diageo knows what they're doing. They're probably not really involved in the production of this. They probably just got the ownership. They fund it and they promote it. As long as the quality stays there, they're probably not going to care. They got no reason to tamper with it. Ojo de Tigre, could they have a shadow owner somewhere that they're not disclosing? I guess that's possible. Supposedly in Mexico, that goes on. I heard people saying, read nothing definitive, but I read articles saying don't trust that number, that NOM, that 1142 or whatever number. They said because that's going to tell you what distillery has it. But they say that just means they registered it. It could be from another distillery, and it's real loosey-goosey over there with how they do things, and it might be deceptive. That's what I read. I don't know, but I know in the United States they use that switcheroo stuff too. They can't get away with it so easily, but they fool a lot of people. You know, this great whiskey bottled in Iowa, man, and you're like, oh, Iowa, it's so meaningful to me. Then you find out from Indiana, but yeah. All right. A little bit more vegetable. And maybe this is 2 out of 100 smoky, where that's 1 out of 100 smoky. So I'm going to say this is the Ojo de Tigre, which might have a little bit more savoir-faire with it, but it's not worth the extra penny. I'm going to say this is the Ojo de Tigre. I got it. I remembered. It was tough, though. So I haven't gotten it wrong yet, and hopefully I won't. All right. Now, I have Ryu coming up. Now, in my thinking, I can't remember these things. There's so many. But in my thinking, the Ryu was a little more like darker. I can't say a richer flavor. It was like a darker flavor. I don't know what that means because shade is not a flavor. But maybe a little smokier too, maybe. That'll be for Wednesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Yeah. So that's going to be interesting, but it'd be another tough one. It'd be tough as leather. It'll be tough. These are going to all be tough. More sirens. But I see so many people driving around, they're looking at their phone. I'm like, what's this guy's problem? He's not getting out of the lane, or you pass him up. Oh, okay. Well, he's looking at his phone. I mean, why would you look at the road when you're driving? That's only nerds and ninny babies look at the actual road. I mean, that's silly. Got to be looking at your phone, checking all your social media. You know, that's important, right? When you're driving. Apparently people think so. And okay, so thank you for watching. Been interesting, and certainly challenging. I've got many more coming. Mezcal. It's going to take at least the rest of this week, probably into next. And then we're going to go and make a U-turn. So we're going to make that right turn back to the original back to the starting point, which is rye whiskey. And I have a very interesting rye whiskey, but it's not from the United States and it is not from Canada. And some of y'all are going to guess right now what it is. By me saying that, you're going to be like, I know what that one is. It's not from the United States and it's not from Canada, which is usually where you think of rye whiskey coming from. Nope, it's from some other place. Yes, and I'm going to be very curious how that competes with North American rye whiskeys. To my thinking, it's going to be close, but that's going to be a great challenge series. Okay, so um, that's it, and y'all take care and enjoy the cold. I know I won't. I hate the cold weather. Me and cold weather are enemies, arch enemies. All right, heat, I can deal with the heat, but it's to each his own. Bye bye.